Okay guys, so welcome back to Obsessed with Skincare. I am your host, the Skincare Badass, and I am with Miss Regan Doyle from iSClinical. I'm sure you've been following along. We are talking all things iSClinical all month long. So today we're gonna talk about what it's like in a dry climate. So some of the products we're going to talk about today, you can use in a dry climate or a humid climate. But what's really interesting is I want you to know what you're using and why you're using it. So if you're in a dry climate, you definitely want to make sure that you follow through to the end of this segment today so you can really understand why these products work so well in a dry climate. So let's talk a little bit about skincare in a dry climate like Colorado.
Well, one thing I want to point out is that dehydrated skin is always going to function older, and nobody wants their skin to function older. So it's very important that we are hydrating our skin, and we at iSClinical like to hydrate our skin from the inside out by using hyaluronic acid. Our hyaluronic acid will bind up to 1,800 times its molecular weight in water. It's superior, where something you might buy at the store is going to bind maybe up to 300 times. So all of these have that penetrating hydration, and then we're also focused in a drier environment on improving our lipid barrier. We see a lot of damaged lipid barriers in like Colorado or these more harsh environments.
So the lipid barrier, for those of you who don't know, it's basically the barrier underneath like the epidermis that kind of like holds everything together. Mm-hmm. So when we talk about compromised skin, when we talk about like the skin that has like a lot of inflammation, a lot of time it's that barrier has been damaged or compromised. So it's so important to get that to like healthy homeostasis for your skin to be healthy and hydrated and nourished and all the things. So I just want to make sure you guys know when she says lipid barrier, it's basically that layer of lipids in the skin that are kind of like your skin's natural oils.
Right.
So, go ahead.
So the products that are going to focus on that really are going to be the SHEALD Recovery Balm. That's going to be actually the best one. And it's going to be our thickest cream that you sell here on Obsessed with Skincare. Also the moisturizing complex and the reparative moisture emulsion are going to help repair that damaged lipid barrier. I also wanted to point out the Warming Honey Cleanser is high levels of glycerin. So you're going to get a more hydrating experience from using this cleanser versus our cleansing complex. And then like the Youth Intensive Creme is in this category. I know we talked about in another video, this is a treatment product, but the clinical study shows 100% improvement in hydration after having this on your skin for 1 hour.
100% improvement, right. You guys. And it's nuts. 1 hour. That's huge.
That level.
I feel like you should say that again. Let's just say it one more time. In case you missed it.
Sure. So you have 100% improvement in your hydration level after having Youth Intensive Creme on the skin for 1 hour, and then you keep that level for 24 hours. Something you also see with dehydrated skin in a harsher environment is a lot of crepiness. So I love the Youth Intensive Creme too because it does have some fruit acids that are going to help exfoliate off that crepey, dull, dry skin.
And then which one has the ceramides in it? Because as we talk about like dry climates versus humid climates, and we'll dig a little bit deeper into humid climates in the next one, so stay tuned. Humid climates, they tend to have more oil in their skin and less water. But dry climates, they can have less water and less lipids and less oil.
Right.
So it's like kind of like a twofer and not in a good way.
Well, this is where we're going to introduce the moisturizing complex. It's a thicker moisturizer than the reparative moisture emulsion and also the Youth Intensive Creme. And it does have ceramides in it that mimic the natural ceramides in our own skin.
Yeah. And that's that lipid barrier that she was talking about. So lipids and ceramides, these are like, I don't necessarily want to call them oils, but it's like the best thing or the closest thing you could like equate in your head to like an oil, like almost like a natural oil that's good for you. Not like an olive oil. We're not talking about other skincare lines. I won't even mention that have olive oil, but I'm just saying like the natural, like good oils that your skin needs. So lipids are like similar to an
Sure. And depending on your skin type, we want to add different layers of hydration throughout our protocol. So we can start with the hydrating cleanser. Everybody should be using the HYDRA-COOL serum. Again, that penetrating hydration, drink of water for the skin. And then we can start to add from there. Do you want to have a treatment product that has layers of hydration in it, like the Youth Intensive Creme? What kind of moisturizer are you wanting to use? Or if your skin is just kind of painfully dry, we can really bump it up to the SHEALD Recovery Balm. And I put the Youth Body Serum in here as well because it's a spray for the body. It's luxurious, but it's adding layers of hydration to the skin as well.
So good. When I use this, I typically don't have to do a lotion on my skin,
right?
But I will still do both sometimes, especially when I want to look super freaking glossy,
right?
If I'm wearing a dress or something and my legs are exposed.
And you can spray it on your back too. So, and think about this too. Our products are improving the health health of your skin. So as you continue to use these hydrating products, your skin will get healthier and start to hold on to its own moisture better.
Yeah. So one thing to know then about these products, if we had to really break it down into like the top 2 reasons why iSClinical is so phenomenal for dry climate skincare, what would you say those top 2 reasons are?
Again, improving the health of our skin and a more superior form of hydration through the hyaluronic acid.
Yeah. And then I like that there's like the ceramides in it though too, because that's so important in dry climates. So hyaluronic acid, like basically everybody needs all the time forever. That's just, everybody needs it, right? But the ceramides can be so like such a great addition to skincare products in dry climates. Right. So that's amazing. So stay tuned, guys. We're going to talk a little bit more about the humid, what products to use in humid climates next.